live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time, when we left off, we had just finished up, more or less, for now at least, in the Aerotech Office Park, and made our way to the NCR Sharecropper fields, and we'll start today by exploring in there. Let's get started. Hey, Nyron. Great to see you. Infinimora, good to see you too. Good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start out here in the Sharecropper fields. Start out with the field itself, and then we'll check all the outbuildings. I believe, yeah, there is clean water for drinking here, so let's go ahead and do that and stave off some dehydration. Morning, Cyclo. Good to see you. Nice having you here, as always. Lieutenant Romanowski. Alright, well, we're not going to kill him.
I'm not a recruitment officer. You want to join the Army? I'm sure someone at McCarran can point you in the right direction.
What can you tell me about these fields?
Impressive, aren't they? You don't see anything like this outside of NCR territory, that's for sure. We get the water, clean water, pumped in from Lake Mead. If you follow the big pipes, they'll take you all the way to the lake.
Why are these fields being guarded?
A lot of the crops grown here support the various NCR camps in the region. McCarran, Goff, and Forlorn Hope, to name a few. We can't have wastelanders popping in here for a free meal, so my squad and I are assigned to keep things from going to hell.
Goodbye.
Carry on.
That was fairly basic, but alright. We'll try this side first. Tables are empty, so our first building is a Sharecropper barracks. Good morning, Ethan. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you here, as always. That's a greenhouse. Let's check this cornfield, although I don't think... It doesn't look like there's much, if anything, growing out in the actual exterior fields, does it? That's cool, though. This, I believe, is going to be another greenhouse. Yep. Another greenhouse. We're playing the Fallout 3 soundtrack here. I'm not playing it, it's in the game. A little nostalgic for me. I did so love Fallout 3. Love this game too. Another greenhouse. Alright, another field. Well, looks like this Romanowski fellow is really the only one around, huh? Another greenhouse. What about this side? Just more greenhouses. Good morning, Lewis. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Alright, time to start actually raiding these greenhouses, I think. There are a bunch. There's a bunch. We'll come out of here laden with food, but that is actually useful, so... Yeah, there's really nothing happening in the exterior here, so let's start with this greenhouse over in the corner. Last day at work, then 2 weeks off. That's awesome, man. Yes, Nyron, I am going to cause a famine. Look at all this miniature maize. Looks like Maze is the only one of the miniatures we could actually pick. That's cool, though. I'll take it. Oh, nope. Pinto beans. Those apparently work. Alright. I blew it for that one. No, I mean, like you said, we can't have rando wastelanders coming in here, but I'm accepted by the NCR. They love me. For some reason, they have no idea how many of their troopers I've assassinated since we started this playthrough. The stolen tags around here are very confusing. It's like half the stuff has it and half doesn't. I think it's just sloppy coding, but I'm a chaotic neutral. I kill everything. Doesn't that make me chaotic evil? Neutrals don't just murder, do they? Well, I guess evil murders for a purpose. That, you know, beyond... No, I don't know. I mean, I have a purpose. My purpose is experience points. Doesn't that make me chaotic evil? Or neutral evil. I think I'm neutral evil, because I'll, if the end result is more experience points, I'll leave people alive. Yeah, I do pick good karma routes. Okay. That's 3. Let's do these 2. Which is duckthing.jpg. Well, hey, you know, I leave everybody with a name alive. I only kill the ones who are very obviously not real. You know, like Monica. I think she might be my courier spirit animal. They only murder people who aren't real. Alright, that one was pretty straightforward. Hey, St. Louis. Great to see you. Get good karma while murdering half the wasteland. And man, all it takes is a ghoul hunting expedition or 2. If that's all it takes to restore your karmic balance sheet, I don't make the rules, I just live by them. Lewis, I am very interested in playing through Baldur's Gate, yes. And it's gotten a pretty good reaction every time I floated it, so I think it's definitely on the horizon. Fairly soon, well, that's all relative, because I was about to say fairly soon after New Vegas, but there's a shitload of New Vegas left, so... yeah, I think I'm going to take... I'm kind of reassessing what I'm going to call mains and side projects, because just because they're, you know, they're big and they take so long, I think it makes sense to kind of keep the big open world RPGs as my main projects, and you know, go for variety in shorter games in my side projects. So after Dead Space, I want to on side projects, I have a few ideas. I really want to play the Dishonored DLC and then play Dishonored 2. And I'm thinking for my next main after New Vegas, it could well be Baldur's Gate. I'll just have to, let's see what people want, particularly my subscribers, but that's what my inclination is. Do I play D&D in real life? Not as often as I'd like. I do, and I really enjoy it, but I haven't really played on the regular since I started my new job. It just is what it is, but... Alright, nothing in this one. Except a sledgehammer. Somebody wanted or could use it. Alright, we got one more greenhouse on this side. The one Romanowski's guarding. I can't for the life of me get a reliable visual clue on which of these are and aren't harvestable, so I'm just gonna have to sweep through and check them individually. Not that that's terribly difficult. Now, one thing that I thought was interesting to bear in mind is that we just recently hit level 30. In the base game, that was the level cap, so you can see our skills are high. They're in the 70s to 80s range, and there are some skill books we've been missing, but, or not missing, that we haven't found yet. It's a more accurate statement, but it was not that easy to max out all of your skills in vanilla New Vegas, but now that we've got all 4 DLCs installed, our level cap has been bumped to 50, and we're going to gain several levels at the end after our skills are already maxed. So, as long as I play Baldur's Gate 2, it's fine, because Irenicus is amazing. Oh, yes, 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 and yes. No, I agree. John Irenicus was unbelievably cool as a bad guy. Just his voice acting, his storyline, yeah, he was great. I love, the only, the weak link in the chain of Baldur's Gate for me is throwing a ball, because I love the first game. I love Tales of the Sword Coast, and I love the base second game. Throwing a ball, yeah. I mean, I know they had to give the story an actual ending, but I don't think they did the greatest job with it. How many times can you give Mama Murphy drugs before she dies? Oh gosh, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I think it's like, it's not that many. I think it's less than 5, but I could be wrong. Hey Maya, you're playing Baldur's Gate? What kind of character do you use? Just for your protagonist, out of curiosity. We'll talk parties too, but yeah, I think we'll do that more when I finish New Vegas and we actually start playing it for the channel. But yeah, I'm curious. If you're playing it now, what kind of character did you make? Who's in your party? Operation Pizza Calzone is coming out. Oh man. Female Elven Ranger. You people who actually play RPGs for the role-playing, I'll never understand you. It's all about min-maxing. Oh, that's good, though. Have you played it before? Are you having fun? We got one more greenhouse and the barracks, and then we'll be done here at the Sharecropper fields themselves. Ooh, this one's locked. Check it out. If there's a character creator, you're gonna make an abomination. Well, whenever we play Baldur's Gate, just, if you don't want a cripplingly weak protagonist, you have to do a boatload of re-rolling on the initial rolls. And so, I might even off-screen that, because it typically, you know, it's not like I go for perfect stat rolls, because I think somebody calculated it out at one point. You've got like a 1 in 18 trillion chance of actually getting perfect stat rolls, which is, you know, 18s across the board, which adds up to, I think, a 108. When I'm rolling my character, the minimum I go for total stats is, I think, 95, which is really good, but not unachievable. It usually takes me a couple of hours of re-rolling to get it, so... And here's the barracks. But where are all the sharecroppers? Okay, there's one. Ooh, whiskey. Yeah, boy. Oh no, I can't turn off the radio. Oh, here comes more fucking copyright trouble when we go to YouTube. Oh well. Morgan Blake. Easy locked first aid box, don't mind if I do. Private Ortega. There's been a distinct lack of murders in the last few videos. It's got me down. Hey, speaking of skill books, let's raise our sneak. It's at 80 now. Love it. Ah, there we go. Probably too late to make a difference, but that's how it goes. Alright, well, let's talk to these two. Hey, Steven. Yes, I am.
Is there something I can do for you?
What do you do around here?
I'm a private in the NCR Army, and I've been proudly serving for 2 years now. Although, if you were to ask what I'm doing right this instant, I'm patrolling the farms. It's a safe post, but a little boring. I do get to take shots at marauding mole rats every once in a while, and that's always fun.
Tell me about the farms.
It's NCR-owned farmland. It produces a lot of the crops that supply McCarran and the dam. The farmers are all civilians, though. They work the farms, and in return, they get a safe place to stay and clean food and water. Some of them aren't all that grateful, though.
Who's ungrateful?
I shouldn't have brought it up. It's not my place to spread gossip.
Anything you tell me stays with me.
All right. Some of the farmers, especially Trent Boscom, claim the NCR isn't giving them the water they need to meet their crop quotas. Personally, I think they're just incompetent and making excuses. The NCR ought to send them all crying back to California.
Are there more dangerous posts?
Oh, you'd better believe it. I feel sorry for the troops who are charged with keeping the Fiends from overrunning everything. The Fiends are scary because they're unpredictable. One day, they'll be taking pot shots at you and then running off before you can shoot back. And the next day, they'll come rushing at you pumped full of drugs and not stopping until you or they are dead.
If the Fiends are so dangerous, why hasn't the NCR wiped them out?
Current orders are to hold the line and nothing more. That's all we seem to do these days. Hold the line. I guess it's a tricky situation since there's a vault in Fiend territory. If the NCR went after them, they'd just hole up.
I could use some directions.
I'll help you if I can. What are you looking for?
I need a doctor.
There's a medic at Camp McCarran, but I've also heard there's a civilian doctor in the northeast part of New Vegas. I don't know for sure.
I'm looking to buy and sell things.
The Crimson Caravan Company is north of here. They have just about everything you need. But if you're in the market for guns, go see the gun runners. They're expensive, but they have stuff no one else carries.
I'm looking for work.
Well, I know Major Daughtry is offering bounties on some of the Fiends. That's the gang that controls the southeast part of the city. You can find the Major at the camp just outside of the old airport.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
That was all quite useful, actually. Do the GRX implants carry over? No, you only get 5 a day. And if you buy rank 2, you get 10 a day. But they do not carry over day to day. Let's talk to Morgan Blake.
Oh, you here to work? I think I have an extra shovel around here somewhere.
Excuse me. What's going on around here?
Well, crops aren't doing so well. I'm thinking it might be something in the water. The pump station is pretty run down. You could go take a look around the place, see if you find anything strange going on. What do you say?
I'll go check it out.
Thanks. That's great. I should get back to work now. See you around.
Quest added. Hard luck
Sorry,
blues.
I don't have time to talk right now. Talk to Trent. He might be able to help you out.
Investigate the East Pump Station. Well, I was gonna say, no, I'm curious. Where the hell is this Trent Bascom fellow and these other people that were theoretically out here working?
Can't grow crops if they don't give us the water.
I knew there were generic sharecroppers. What I don't know is where the hell they were holed up, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Howdy. Something I can help you with?
You work these fields?
Sure do. Came from the hub on account of the Thaler Act. Farming's decent work, but the whole thing's a bum deal.
What's the Thaler Act?
Something the politicians back in Shady Sands came up with. They pay us to move here and farm the land. They even protect the fields.
Why is this work a bum deal?
Bad soil and rationed water. It's to be expected around here. But the rationing's off. Worst part is NCR won't admit it. Pretty hard to meet their crop quotas with 20% less water than we're supposed to be getting. Not that OSI cares about any of this.
What are NCR troopers doing here?
They're part of the deal, the Thaler Act. We work the fields while they protect the crops and the water. A lot of folks come to New Vegas and lose everything in free side of the Strip. They get hungry, desperate, and try to take our hard work. Much as I sympathize, their theft would put me in a bad spot. I got a crop quota to meet.
What kind of crops do you grow?
Everything I can. Farmers out here don't have the luxury of being picky. I get by mostly on maize and tobacco.
Let's talk about something else.
Can do.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Alright. That's it for the actual fields. Well, let's get out of here and see if we can figure out what's going on. Oh, we're barely halfway to our weight limit, so yeah, we'll stay out for a while even though we're not well rested. Hey, Pastara. I'm glad you could catch a stream, man. Great to have you here. Appreciate it. You got in pretty early. We've been going about 25 minutes, so we're still less than halfway through. All you really missed was me raiding the Sharecropper farms for all the food that was there, and a lot of chit-chat that wasn't really necessarily about the game. Alright, there's the East Cistern. What I'm trying to do is get this location registered on the map, because it does have a marker. I can't remember exactly where I need to walk to do it. Oh wait. Do I need leather belts? I can't remember. I thought they might go in doctor bags. Yeah, they do. That's what I thought. Alright. I need to start running all of my games in... There we go. The East Pump Station. Perfect. The cistern building is where we'll go first. So there's loot in here. Fixing things. A couple of Nuka-Colas. Oh, good. This water's still clean. Alright. Nice Colorado tap water this morning. Absolutely. There are very few things that are as refreshing as ice cold tap water when you wake up. Alright, let's hit the main building now. It's for, I forgot what our actual objective was for Hard Luck Blues, but that's what we're doing now. Oh, investigate the East Pump Station. Okay, well, that's pretty easy. I don't know who the fuck we're theoretically stealing from, because there's nobody here, but whatever. Yeah, I was pretty excited that they announced a new Fallout game instead of the Fallout 3 remaster we were all expecting, but I'm really hoping we do still get a Fallout 3 remaster, because I would play the shit out of that. Alright, let's see, here's our pump station terminal. Some sort of data corruption has made the user interface illegible. The damage doesn't seem to go any deeper than that, since the pump station is still online. Science of 50 or greater required to repair. Repair the network connection. You restored the pump station's network connection. Oh, you don't need... Oh, it's for a stim pack. Okay. Well, I knew... East Pump Station Terminal, authorized personnel only. Warning. Warning. Radiation has been detected by the filtration system. No leaks are detected within this facility. Please investigate external causes to correct this issue. Find the source of the radiation. For those of you who are familiar with this quest, yes, we are about to finally explore our first New Vegas vault. They're, if possible, they're even bigger and more involved dungeons in New Vegas than they typically were in Fallout 3, and yeah, they were big involved dungeons in 3 too, but exploring vaults is always a good time. I highly doubt we're going to be able to finish Vault 34 in the time I have remaining today, but we'll be able to get there and get to work at least. And that's it for the East Pump Station, so I guess we need to follow the pipes until we find a source of radiation, right? That's what makes sense. Let's head over here to the southeast. New Vegas does have some creepy vaults. Well, I don't know if I'd say better necessarily. I mean, I think when Obsidian invested the time to make a great big location, they did a great job. But honestly, I think Bethesda did too. I think the main difference is Bethesda would invest heavily in a location that you might never go to. You know, they wouldn't put a quest there. There would just be a bunch of stuff to do out of nowhere. Like, you know, I'm thinking of places like LOB Enterprises when I say that. I mean, they both, when they really try, I think, did a great job making dungeons. And ironically, for both of them, at least in their Fallout games, I think that those places had a tendency to be vaults, because, you know, I think of the things that I remember in 3, and, you know, I think of Cannibal Johnson's Cave. That's the landmark I wanted. Although we're just exploring it, but yeah, I think of Vault 112 and Tranquility Lane, and Vault 108 with the Gary clones. There's a lot of good stuff there. And this one's got a lot of good stuff too. Like, I like Vault 22, the Spore Carrier one. Oh yeah, there's Camp Golf over there. So, from Johnson's Cave, I actually want to go to the north. That's where the entrance to Vault 34 is. Oh, yeah. Who's played Fallout 1? You remember the glow? Yeah, man, Zion was the place to be when the bombs fell. From everything I've seen, I agree with that assessment. Alright, we're going to switch to the spacesuit. And we're going to pop a Rad-X because, as you might suspect, and as you can already see with the barrels and shit out here, Vault 34 is highly irradiated. And it's a long, involved dungeon to boot.
Hey!
I don't like to use more than one bullet on any of them. I figure Eddie can work off some health as they approach. Thought you saw an ape here. One thing I do... Oh, that's just a mole rat. I don't know why I'd even bother. Ain't worth the effort. The ease with which we dispatch golden geckos now is just another reminder of how dramatically our power has climbed since the start. Don't bother the rat. I didn't. Why would I? I'm not even well rested, so he'd only be like 4 experience points. I was about to say, come on, Veronica, do your job. You're supposed to start punching when things get close to me. There's less. I was gonna say, Eddie spotted something. Hi, Dermisi Freesy. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Thank you for joining us. How you doing? We're just murdering geckos on our way into Vault 34, if you're familiar with New Vegas. Hey, Sonicalja. Been a while since we saw you in one of the live streams. Great to have you, as always. Appreciate you joining. The fuck am I even looking at? There it is. Yeah, well, St. Louis, I'm not even sure if the devs had anything to do with writing Vault 77 at all, because I know the comic you're talking about. It was, at the very least, drawn, if not written, by the Penny Arcade guys, right? Fatality. Oh, it's just, I remember I remember when we were back in Crescent Canyon, you know, 9 or 10 episodes in, and it was a goddamn struggle to deal with a regular gecko at times, let alone a golden one. One thing I will say that I really like a lot better about New Vegas is the leveling curve, you know, and the power growth as you raise your character. So, you know, 3 was, when you first came out of Vault 101, 3 was insanely hard. And then by the time you hit, like, well, when you hit level 10 and you got finesse, if not sooner, 3 became very easy. And then when you got into the broken steel levels and it started spawning in the you know, the super mutant overlords and the feral ghoul reavers and the albino red scorpions and the other bullet sponges, I wouldn't say it became hard again, but it became very annoying and stayed that way. Even when you got to level 30, those things were still just annoying. This game, I think the power curve works a whole lot better. It's, as long as you kind of keep your explorations to areas that are appropriate for your character, the game is always going to be pretty well balanced. I like that a lot. Hey Ironhead, this is, I'll show you, this is the Gobi Campaign Scout Rifle. You can retrieve it from the sniper's nest down here by Cottonwood Cove, but you have to be able to pick a very hard lock to get it. Alright, I think that's all the geckos, so let's get ourselves into Vault 34. How's my carry weight? 168. Okay, yeah, well, is my Radex still active? I think I kind of took it for no reason. Yeah, it's not. There we go. I like level scaling when it's done well, but, you know, I generally agree. Like, Bethesda Game Studios has such an obsession with making sure you can go anywhere at any time that, they get kind of silly about it. Like, I don't really mind having some places I'm too weak to explore. Alright. Here we are, Vault 34. And I've got about 20 minutes left to play, so yeah, that is not anywhere near enough time to actually complete Vault 34, but we'll get started. Glad we have the spacesuit, because it's got reasonably good armor capacity, in addition to its radiation resistance. Good night and goodbye, Infinimora. Thanks for joining us as long as you did. It's nice to have you as always. Yeah, see, I've got to get close to these piles of waste because there is stuff. I need to take the time to make sure it's not anything I need. The Killer Spaceman is back. Oh yeah, but he's got a much neater headdress now. Oh, the Frost Troll in Skyrim. Well, I mean, I thought Skyrim scaled pretty well, actually. Certainly better than Fallout 3 did. Wait. Let's do this, actually. There we go. Implant GRX, baby. That's my oh shit button. I honestly thought Skyrim scaled pretty well. Well, on normal difficulty. Like, I can't fault them for the scaling being out of control if you crank the difficulty like I do. But the scaling in Fallout 3 was bad. At least if you had Broken Steel installed, and Fallout 3 was a dramatic improvement over Oblivion, which, as we all may remember, had the very worst level scaling of any game, I think, ever. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Oblivion is the meme game when people mention bad level scaling. Yeah, exactly. Alright, here's where we start seeing feral ghouls. And as you can see, there are a lot of them. Alright, here's the actual vault. Because this gun is not silent, and we're going to be in close quarters, I'm going to try and use my power fist to stay stealthy. Overseer's journal fragment. Let's see about that. Page 64. Population continues to grow unhindered. With the overcrowding came violence. It was nothing at first, but quickly escalated with the open access to firearms in the armory. The armory door was not at the time connected to the main system and could not be locked, so I placed guards at the armory door to prevent some of the more troublesome residents from obtaining weapons. There was some opposition to this, but the majority of the residents seemed to agree. Okay, Steven. Enjoy your lunch, my friend. We're gonna stop at about 15 minutes, so I don't know if we'll still be going when you get back, but either way, thank you for joining us. Stay sneaky, my friends. Is my Rad-X still going? Yeah, okay. So far, so good. Fixing things and food. Rad-X has worn off. There we go. Office. There's a feral. Calls them vault dwellers instead of feral ghouls, and you'll notice we aren't getting the karma for killing them that we do with typical feral ghouls. Terminal, welcome. Welcome to Vault 34. This vault features a state-of-the-art facility, including a full fitness facility, including a full-size pool, and living. So these are all misspelled. Spacious, personalized living quarters. And then this stuff you really can't read. Space is limited. We feel we make up for it with a fully stocked armory located on the 4th floor. Please enjoy your stay at Vault 34. Warning, flooding. The system has detected flooding on the 3rd floor. All doors to the 3rd floor have been automatically sealed. Reactor. The system has detected moderate damage to the reactor. Please be advised of high radiation levels on the 4th floor. Log. Since the riots started, the Overseer removed free access from the armory. We can't even defend ourselves. Message for whoever finds it. But, something, can't read. Alright. Simple enough.
Hey!
Oh, here they are. GRX time. They need another one. Everybody okay? For now? Alright, now we need to head downstairs. Alright, that actually went pretty well. Wouldn't it be awesome to play this game in co-op and, Oh, I know. I think they, you know, in the vaults in particular, I think they really just nailed the atmospheric storytelling. That's my favorite thing about these games. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here, but I've been thinking about. Ooh, I got hungry. I've been thinking about. He hasn't been around in a while, but you guys remember Peter Barlow used to showed up on the YouTube streams. Hasn't been around too much since I switched my live content to Twitch, but he was always asking if I was going to play Final Fantasy, and I was like, well, maybe. I like a few of them, but it wasn't an idea that excuse me. It wasn't an idea that particularly enthused me. So I've been thinking about the difference between the Western RPGs like Fallout games and Elder Scrolls games that I really like, and JRPGs, and why I tend not to, with exceptions. And we can talk about the exceptions later, but I think the biggest reason is they never learned like good storytelling rule number 1, which is show, don't tell, you know? And so, you know, they lock you into an on-rails cutscene that lasts 20 minutes in order to tell you what's going on, which just isn't good storytelling. Whereas these games, they barely have any cutscenes at all. You go through a vault like this, and from everything you find in here, you piece together what happened, and like St. Louis said, you the horror, whatever it is, just slowly dawns on you from all the things that you find. That's a dramatically more effective way to tell the story. That's why I tend not to like JRPGs, because most of them never learn that lesson. Oh, see, look, our implant GRX just restocked.
Trouble.
Oh, and right when I needed them. Gotta back up, take another one. Oh, I accidentally punched Veronica. Sorry, girl, you alright? Don't run off on your own. That's a bad mistake. It's a bad mistake. What are you doing? That's my rad resistance. Still good. Alright. Everybody okay? We got some in there. I'm not sure we can even reach that room. I think those ghouls are just, those particular ghouls are just in there for show. Anyway. My crew doesn't seem to be following me, which I find unnerving. Where's Veronica? What are you doing, girl? Final Fantasy is just ugh to you. Well, and you know, I gotta back off a little bit because there are a couple of the games that I really do like. I loved 6 and 7, as many of us did. Considering Square Enix's track record lately, though, I am not very excited for the remake. Oh, hey! Veronica, you can't get in there. You gotta settle down. You're gonna have to let them live and just follow me out of this vault, okay? We need to go offload. Yeah, the door is inaccessible, see? There's no hole, there's no way in. Veronica's got no chill, man. She's just gotta...
I'm gonna need some new limbs.
Just has a serious murder boner for these guys. Well, I need to go offload, because we're getting close to the end point of the stream, so we have more or less fully explored these first 2 levels, so that much is good. TCL through it. Well, no, I think there's a trigger at some point that opens the door and lets them out, I think. There's no direct way in, like Veronica seems to be looking for. Here, let me make an anchor save here, just so I know where the hell they are before I leave, because I have a feeling shit might start breaking after I wander out of here on my own. I can actually stay in sneak mode. I've gotten so used to standing up to run, I keep forgetting I actually got Tunnel Runner and I don't need to anymore. Your favorite RPGs are the Lufia series? Yeah, I've played those. When I was a kid, I spent an insane amount of time... Oh good, they followed me. I spent an insane amount of time in the ancient cave in Lufia 2. Alright. First up, we'll go to the 188. You'd be scared shitless if a spaceman wearing a power fist and that mask came running at you. Yeah, I think wearing Salt Upon Wounds' mask really makes the spacesuit much better.
I've still got guns and ammo.
Oh, well. Take all that NCR money. Let's see if I've got the Legion Denarius. I do not. I'll sell you my cigarettes, too. Cigarettes and pre-war money. This time I'm going to remember to repair my power fist, because the condition has actually degraded to the point where it's not doing max damage, so I really need to repair it. Earthbound is your personal favorite RPG of all time. I fucking love Earthbound, St. Louis, and so that's, I guess I was talking about, the Final Fantasy series in particular, but if we're broadening the discussion to JRPGs more generally, then one of the exceptions that I really absolutely love is Earthbound. It's one of my very favorite games of all time. If you've never played it, it's just that's sad, and you need to fix that as soon as possible, because it's so good. And the gameplay isn't even that great. I mean, it had some pretty cool ideas, but the gameplay is basically just Dragon Quest with a couple of neat, unique mechanics. But the game itself, it plays like Dragon Quest. You gotta grind, which is annoying. One of the most irritating aspects of JRPGs generally, if you ask me, but I end up not caring. The game is just so good anyway. Like the story it tells, the way it tells it, the world building it does. Just a unbelievable triumph, especially considering it came out in 1995. I've got a few more things to sell. What do you know? I restock my 308 ammo. Refresh my well-rested.
Hey there. Need any?
And head back to Vault 34. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the stream, because it's time for me to get ready and go to work. But, wait a minute, did I miss a gecko? I think I missed a gecko. That is unacceptable to me. Where you at, bish? While I'm hunting this gecko, I'll go ahead and talk about my upcoming plans. There will not be any streaming this weekend. I am going out of town. I am taking a trip to Kansas City to visit my brother and meet my nephew for the first time. So there will not be any streaming until the regularly scheduled stream next Tuesday. Apologies if you've grown to expect weekend streams. I know there have been many lately. I've certainly enjoyed doing them, but I do always say there's no guarantee of them. And god damn it, I forgot to repair the power fist again. Okay, hold on. Oh shoot. I don't know how the hell I keep forgetting that. But like I said, at this point, it actually needs to happen, so I'm going to reload and do it. So no stream this weekend. No after today, no stream until next Tuesday morning, where we'll continue with. There we go. One ought to be enough, but let's find out. Probably need another, actually. There we go. Alright. And as far as Tuesday's stream goes, of course, we will be continuing to explore Vault 34. I mean, we've already got a pretty basic idea what went wrong in there from everything we found, but if you haven't played New Vegas and you haven't gone to Vault 34 yet, oh, there is a surprise, and it's a nasty one. It's, without spoiling too much, we end up actually having to make a decision that's actually pretty painful to make, so, which is rare. And there's not really a, I mean, I guess there is a pretty clear right and wrong answer to it, but it's still not the easiest choice to make, which I always appreciate, so. There was another gecko. Go figure. Alright. This, that's just the mole rat I decided to leave alone. At this point, we can track back to, you know, the furthest point we had gotten to in our explorations, and then I'll end today's stream. Don't bother the gecko. No, Steven, gecko's gotta die. Sorry, man, they're worth good experience. It's kind of funny when you realize a golden gecko gives you as much experience as a deathclaw does, considering the dramatic difference in relative difficulty of dealing with them. Let's pop a Rat X and let's go deeper. Let's do some tunnel running. Look how many freaking ghouls are still alive in here. I forgot just how crowded this vault was. Yeah, I did that one. Okay. Alright. Down the stairs. This was the previous limit of our explorations. That goes further down. Fuck you. Alright, well, I guess we'll go ahead and search this room, and then we're gonna call it good. Got a Patriots cookbook. And some junk. Alright. I'm going to save and I'm going to end the stream here. So thank you all for joining me this morning. I really, really appreciate it. Those of you who have been here on Twitch, chatting, watching, thank you for being here. If you're new, please consider hitting the follow button if you want to see when we're back online, although I already told you it's going to be next Tuesday morning, but, you know, sometimes I do surprise streams, or unscheduled streams is the more accurate term. If you're watching later on YouTube and you liked what you saw, please consider hitting like, share, subscribe, any or all of which will really help me out. And regardless of which platform you're on, please check either the video description or the channel description and consider joining our Discord. We've got a fun little community going on. We talk to each other about various random stuff all day long, and I also make official business announcements about when I'm going live and when videos have made the jump over to YouTube. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a lovely weekend without me, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.